Here's a fun piece of advice. I've been hearing this one for years. When you go off-road, you always need to air down your tires. And I was kind of wondered about this one, and the idea behind this is somehow by airing down you get more traction, you have more tire to the ground. And there is truth to this, and if you look at like serious off-roaders, Jeeps and such, what you'll find is that they'll air their tires all the way down to the bottom so they can get out of sand and deep mud. And if you look at dirt bikes, they're aired down to about 10 psi, maybe 8 to 15 is kind of the range. But on these big bikes, it's not really true. Certainly, if I let the air out, I do have more tire on the ground, but that's not such a good thing. Airing down does come from a place that has some validity, that it has some truth, but they're very specific and they're not adventure bikes. If you air down in a Jeep or a large truck and you're off-road and you're rock crawling or you're in the sand, airing down to very low PSI means that you can crawl over those things. But the vehicles that are doing that are moving very slow, and they have 4 points of contact, and they have very large tires. So even when they're aired down, they have a lot of rubber and a lot of air between the point of contact and the rim that needs to be protected. Dirt bikes, they're down to 8 or 15 PSI, but the bikes are very light. When you compare that to an adventure bike, with the rider on board is probably 700, 800, maybe even 1,000 pounds of pressure on that wheel when it impacts this hard root or a rock on the trail. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to air down on an adventure bike. You're going to damage your rim, you'll damage your tire, you'll damage the tube. There's very, very rare exceptions when I might air down, and so far every video I've ever made, I've been running street pressures. In my world, airing down is a myth.